Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Operation Arsenal. We've just beaten Newcastle at home 1-0. It wasn't a particularly great game, but do you know what? It doesn't matter. The result was all that matters today, and that win means we have guaranteed second spot. Well, hey, we're 4 points clear of Newcastle going into the final weekend of the season. Of course, Liverpool won the title a couple of weeks ago now, so it was over already, technically, and the season fell over for us. But we still had a job to do. We wanted to confirm second place. It does actually mean a couple more million for us in the summer because of the TV broadcasting deal. You get more money for the higher you finish. And most of all, we've beaten Newcastle. They have been a thorn in our side recently. Bit of a bogey team for us. No league double for them. And it felt good, actually. I've got a lot of respect for Newcastle because, look, I'll be honest, Newcastle, a lot of people would say, oh, state owned. They've pumped millions and millions into this project. And, they're technically the richest club in the world. They've got the richest owners on the planet, right? But I don't actually subscribe to that idea. I don't think Newcastle have paid their way to this success. Actually, a lot of their signings they've made over the last few seasons haven't been that generationally incredible. Okay, there's a couple in there that are expensive signings. You look at Tonali, for example, but realistically, it's signings like Dan Burn, and I have a lot of respect for the fact that they have been one of the top sides in England and they haven't just blown 300 million on two players and they've paid their way to success. And look, they won a trophy this season. Well done to them, but no second place for them. And they had a lot of fans. I had a lot of messages saying, we're coming to take second place from you today. I'm sorry, didn't quite work out for you. Although I wouldn't say Arsenal deserved to win today. I'll be honest. I think a draw would have been a fair result, and it wouldn't have been a bad result because I think we're banking on a win against Southampton, which, to be fair, might not even happen. But we should be beating Southampton. Okay, so it wouldn't have mattered either way if we drew today because I think we'll win there, and it would have been in our hands. But instead, what we've done is we've put in a solid performance. Nothing crazy. It's like a 6, 7 out of 10 performance. It's enough to win the game, and we've secured second place. Well done. 3 years in a row, second place. People will laugh at that, but actually it is still very good. You've got to remember, if you can't win something, at least be second best, right? And you're not going to go anywhere in life if all you think is just first place, first place, first place. Sure, it's what you want, but it's not possible. It's impossible to win at everything or win everything in your field, in your sport, in your business. You're going to take some L's. If you're going to take an L, do it in this way. Get as close as you can. We have done incredibly well over the last few years to really compete. We've spent a lot of money, yes. We haven't won any trophies. Is that bad? Yes, it's not great. But 3 second places in a row, a pretty good Champions League journey last season and a very good Champions League journey this season. The trend is up. We've been hit with injuries, some really bad red cards and stupid decisions from referees, if you ask me. If you ask an Arsenal fan, we'll all agree. I think mostly it's injuries that have really hurt us this season, and we fell off. We fell off massively. So it was important to me to beat Newcastle today, and that's exactly what we've done. The lineup was as expected. Of course, Marino wasn't available, got a red card at Anfield. Trossard played through the middle. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I thought Martinelli did really well at Anfield when he was moved central. I wanted to see that today. I would have liked to have seen Trossard on the left, Martinelli through the middle, but in the end, obviously, it hasn't mattered because we won the game because of a bit of quality from Rice and some outstanding goalkeeping from Raya. He saved us so many times today, and rightly so. He gets player of the match. But Rice, once again, I said it about 5 minutes before he scored his goal. It was going to take just a moment of magic to beat Newcastle today because it just felt like no one was realistically doing anything for us today, or them. It was a pretty stale game. So it was just going to take a bit of something special, like I said, and Rice provided that. It was a really, really tasty finish, and not the first time he's done that, where he whips it across him. It goes across his body into the far corner. It's a really well-taken goal, but Raya gave everything today. He was phenomenal. Bad news regarding Saliba. He did come off at half-time. I'm presuming he has said to the team that I'm feeling something. I don't know if it's anything serious. Of course, if you are going to get an injury, though, this is the time to do it, okay? At the end of the season, where he's going to have now the summer to get fit if it's something bad. But I would guess it's just precautionary. And I want to say, this man right here, people are sleeping on Calafiori purely because he's been injured this season. People had a go at me in my video where I talked about whether I would start Calafiori or Miles Lewis-Skelly. And I said I would start Calafiori. I would. I genuinely would. And I love Lewis-Skelly. He was great today as well. He didn't do anything spectacular. And neither did Calafiori. I'm just saying, okay, he is a very, very good player. There's a reason so many clubs wanted him. Real Madrid apparently was sniffing around. Okay, now, I don't know if they ever made an offer, and I find it hard to believe that you would turn down Madrid to go to Arsenal. But he's an Arsenal player for a reason. He's a quality player. And I think going into the new season, Lewis-Skelly and Calafiori should be battling out for that left-back role. I really do like Calafiori, though, and I think people are just forgetting. People are so easily forgetting how good players are just because you don't see them for a while. Big news, though. Havertz came on with, 15 minutes to go? When did he come on? 76th minute. He didn't do anything spectacular, and I wasn't expecting anything spectacular because he's been out since February. But my God, the difference! We had someone up top that was capable of winning headers. We had someone that could hold up the play. It was instantly better with him on the pitch. And I've got that raw excitement in me now that we're going to have that next season. Hopefully, Havertz is still going to have his part to play, but we're going to have a number 9. We are going to have a new striker next season. And we're going to see that. No more Trossard down through the middle. No more Marino, a midfielder playing as a striker. He did a great job. But, I'm so excited to have Havertz back. Quick mention as well for Tierney and Jorginho. Potentially Partey as well. Could be their final games at the Emirates, but it definitely is going to be their final game in the Emirates for Tierney and Jorginho. Jorginho definitely wasn't fit, by the way. They've got him on in the last few minutes just to give him a farewell. Tierney came on, obviously, and he is fit, but I'm going to miss them. I am. Jorginho especially. Tierney's been around for a long time, but hasn't featured well or a lot for a long time. Said it on stream, and again, shout out to everyone who came to the stream. Thank you very much. Special shout out to Amir. Tierney came in as like a future captain. You know, Emery signed him. We were all really excited to see him. Proper left back, proper left back. And of course, had great moments. Always remember the West Brom goal in the snow and the story of him turning up to training in shorts and a short sleeve shirt in the middle of winter. I think he had his kit in a Tesco bag. It's just hilarious. He's like a proper Scottish, strong wing back. Just a brilliant left back, and he was going to be captain, but it didn't work out. Injuries affected him. Obviously, Mikel came in and didn't want to use a proper left back. Used him sometimes, even as a left mid, left wing. Fair play to Tierney, though, because it's not easy. It's not easy when you're constantly injured, and he still had his part to play. Still had good moments. Best of luck to him at Celtic. It seems he's going to be going there on a free. And also to Jorginho. Now, the reason I say I'm going to miss him more. Jorginho is a true character and an example of what Arteta was missing throughout his tenure so far, and that is some of the signings that give you experience and age. And Jorginho came in. It was a bit of a, oh God, we've just signed another Chelsea reject, that kind of deal. But he gave me, in my opinion, arguably one of my favourite recent memories as an Arsenal fan. The black kit. We're playing at Villa away. Emi Martinez is in goal. We need this win so badly because we were on a title charge. And he's whacked it top right corner. It's crashed off the bar, in off Emi Martinez. I absolutely lost it. And that is because of this man right here. He didn't elevate the club to an extent. He was just a good player to have. And I'm going to really miss him. Best of luck to him in Brazil. As for Partey, obviously we don't know just yet what's going to happen with him. Supposedly another year is on the cards. It wouldn't surprise me if he refuses a 1 year. He might want 2. I don't know how I feel about it. Obviously there's things off the pitch regarding Partey, and I don't want to go into that. I'm not a big fan of anything like that, any kind of grey clouds surrounding the club. Part of me thinks if Zubamendi's coming in, just let Partey go. But then if you're losing Jorginho on top, it might be a good idea to keep hold of Partey, numbers wise, and he's had his best season for Arsenal. But anyway, that leaves us with one more game. Southampton next Sunday. Is it Sunday? I think it is. A chance to win our last game of the season and hopefully finish on a high. Maybe we can get a couple of goals against one of the worst teams this season for sure. But obviously, whilst it's Arsenal, I probably won't be that bothered by that game. This is just absolutely crazy. 65 points for Forest and City, 66 points for Villa, Chelsea and Newcastle. It is going to be the most interesting final battle for Europe. Obviously, City have an extra game and they're playing Bournemouth soon, I think. So we'll see what happens. I'm anticipating it to look pretty much the same. I'm not sure we're going to see much of a difference. If I could choose, I want Nottingham Forest in the top 4 and I want Wolves in the top 4. I wish. But yeah, that's my final Operation Arsenal after an Emirates game. The last one next week, of course, is our final away game. But I hope you've enjoyed. Cannot wait to start Operation Arsenal over the summer for pre-season and with all the signings we get. But a good win today. Very good win. We needed that. And that means second place is ours. Woohoo!